Take two. Today is Monday, December 19th, 2016, and this is a message to 24-year-old Miranda. Before you were living in South Beach, you just finished Miami Ad School 2 years before which you just finished college. So, you're pretty excited to have this blog. I found this post from March 25th, 2009 called 10 Things to Do Before I'm 30 and recently, and it's really interesting to go back and to think about like the mindset I was in then and how things have changed and what I've accomplished and what I haven't. Link in the description below to the original blog post. So number 10, and I don't think these were in any particular order, but number 10 was to surf in Hawaii. And I kind of achieved this one in surfing in Australia and Costa Rica and in Bali, but I haven't been to Hawaii yet, so that's still kind of on the wander list. Number 9 is to skydive in Australia. So I've actually done both of these things, but I haven't done them together. So I skydived multiple times in Florida with my ex-boyfriend, and I've also been to Australia. That was a lifelong dream. Like if I could only go one place my whole life, it would have been Australia. And so yeah, kind of sort of achieved these, but not exactly the way I had planned. Number 8, learn another language. I wish I'd put more emphasis on this, especially since I traveled. Traveling has made me realize that we are in the minority in the US, not putting priority on learning multiple languages. Number 6, own a cat. I still have the same cat that I got right after I wrote this post. Her name's Luna. I adopted her from the Humane Society in Miami, and she's lived with me in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale and now back in South Carolina. So check that off the list. 7, become a better designer. And when I wrote this, I was just finishing school and I felt like I wasn't that good. And I think I've definitely accomplished this. I mean, I'm really proud of a lot of things that I've done, and I've definitely become a better designer. 5, create outside the computer. This one took a while, but I actually this year, I just painted a mural that was about 130 feet by 10 feet. So although I did the initial design in the computer, I did end up painting. It took me about 2.5 weeks on scaffolding and ladders to paint the facade of this building. So that's really awesome. So I got the last 2 backwards. Number 7, become a better designer. Number 6, own a cat. 4, date a non-D-bag. Sad to say, I still don't think I've accomplished this. I was kind of frustrated with the dating scene in Miami when I wrote this, and I'm still frustrated with the dating scene in general, but to be honest, I haven't put a ton of effort into it. I did have a boyfriend for 3 years that I broke up with and owed me thousands of dollars and was unemployed for a year. 3, work at CPB. So for those not in the advertising industry, CPB is Crispin, Porter & Bogusky, and it was the hottest ad agency at the time. Finished school, I just wanted to be a huge advertising executive. I wanted to work in advertising. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to create commercials and ads and win awards, and I wanted my whole life to be advertising. And it's funny now that it's the complete opposite. I mean, that's why I quit my job. Like, I was working at an ad agency in Miami, and I quit that, and I worked in-house for a Fortune 500 company, and I have since quit that because the work-life balance is just insane. Like, there's more to life than working, I've learned. So 24-year-old Miranda, there's more to life than working. Number 2, compete in a triathlon. I did actually accomplish this goal a few times. I used to be big into triathlons. I bought a bike and I had all the equipment and I had a training group, and I would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I would go running and biking and swimming, and I did a few triathlons. My first one was called My First Triathlon. It was in Orlando, Florida, and I actually placed 2nd in my division. Last, number 1, win something. And it's pretty vague, but I think here I was referring to winning advertising awards. I want to make my whole life about working and win awards and just be this huge, like, successful creative advertising person in my mind. And the way to do that in my mind at the time was to win awards and to work your way up and get a huge title and to win awards and just do really great work for really big brands. And honestly, I'm not even making this up now. Like, I don't feel that way at all anymore. Like, I've had kind of a 180 when it comes to marketing and advertising. I don't want to sell crap to people they don't need. I do still do marketing and design, but I'm very selective with my clients. Like, I'd prefer to work with nonprofits and small local businesses and things like that. People that are really benefiting the community and helping people, and not just there to make a profit. So I guess that's been the biggest, most interesting insight since I was 24. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting and just wanted to follow up with you, 24-year-old Miranda. And yeah, so that's where you are and what you accomplished, and you still have a ton more to accomplish, even though your goals and objectives and priorities have changed. You're still successful and awesome, so keep it up.